howdy. Nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends. Remember, no matter who you are valid. Thumbs up for that. As you can see, I have the backdrop of my new lights. I made a small video that'll be tucked somewhere in here to explain the whole deal. It was hard getting them up, but I did it. Yay! I have very wet feet. I have been walking in the rain to go to the store and buy stuff. I am just wearing right now one of my undershirts and no outer shirt or anything like that because I overheat. Oh my gosh. One of the things that my doctor asked me when I was last there was, do you have problems being cold? And it's like, oh my God, the exact opposite. I have both windows open. I have a fan on. Just this t-shirt. I am too warm. When I go to bed at night, I open up the front door here for a few minutes to get all the hot air out. I had the fan on, windows open. I had just a sheet on and I was still almost so warm. My legs wanted to cramp up. I don't have a heating problem. I gotta figure out a way to get rid of all the heat my body creates. Thumbs up for that. Just thought I'd mention, I do have some things written up there on the list that I want to talk about, like the other day I did the first part, because I'm going to do again, of a roll and write Doom Realm game, and I had messed up the rules so there was no way for me to even win. But Canva, I've gotten comments about how Canva is awful, and really there's issues, but it's not as bad as it looks. Most of the issues that you see on Canva are me related. If you watch Lucky Sylvie, Lucky SZILVI, she uses Canva for her latest digital digital 4 Against Darkness. And she does it on tablet with Canva. She does all of her videos using Canva on tablet or phone. And it's good. She knows exactly what she's doing. It zips and it goes quickly. Me, I'm an idiot. It's hard for me to do things and figure stuff out. So I make it a lot more difficult. But when it comes to the whole map pieces, like I showed how I wanted to get those 100 parts off of a big page from D100 Dungeon that has the 100 rooms that you can get, and what you have to do is duplicate that 100 times and then crop each one down to just the part of the image that you want. There should be a better way. I can't find it. Lucky Sylvie said, that's what I've done with my things. So some parts of Canva kind of blow, but this is the free version. I'm not going to complain too loudly about the free version. Now, Pro, I don't know what that does. I don't know how much it costs. I can't afford it. But it is there. But Canva, while it does have its very annoying things, is better than I make it look. So, just wanted to point that out. Plus, I have wild hairs going everywhere. I was outside, and so my hair is humid, and it's wild and crazy because it's made out of keratin. Like everybody's hair is. Yesterday, oh boy, that was a fun one. I was already buzzing with anxiety when I had gone into McDonald's and I was going through their list of, I just wanted a burger. Just a simple burger. No, normally, I grew up in the world where if you wanted a burger, you walked up to the person at the counter and said, I'd like a burger. You handed them the money, and then they would go turn around, grab a burger, and give it to you because they had burgers waiting up there. Total transaction time, quick. Now, of course, I got to go in there and tap all the buttons to get to the burgers and then say, okay, I want it. And then finally it'll print out the thing that I got to take up to the one cashier and wait for all the people in front of me, so while the one cashier goes through them. The person in front of me needed a dime. And because of the way these modern things are, you can't just say, I'll make up a dime. Or just, I have this, or I have that. That person has to have the dime. If they don't have the change, the process can't continue. And so I was standing there while they're digging in their purse for a couple minutes looking for a dime. And I didn't have one, and the person behind the counter couldn't do anything because the machine needed the person to give them a dime so they could finish the transaction. After that, I just handed them my little piece of paper and said, "Have a nice day," and then turned and walked out. I hadn't paid for it. The person in front of me ensured that I couldn't. By that time, my anxiety was already buzzing. I'm going to Walmart. By this time, I also have a pretty full bladder. So I'm going to the front restroom. I walked in behind 3 people. That was just enough to fill every stall and urinal. So I walked to the restrooms at the back of the store and entered behind the person in front of me who took up the last remaining area that you could do anything in. So the both places that I had gone to get some form of momentary relief were, just by the vagaries of fate, immediately denied to me. So my body is not feeling good. My anxiety is starting to climb. I'm looking for my things, and I'm getting to the point where it's like, just drop what I've got and leave. But I make it up to the check stand. I wrote about this in my comments thing. Community notes. I made it to the check stand. It was actual self-checkout. I needed a bag, and I tapped the "I need help" thing. I am not good in large areas like a Walmart. Large areas with a lot of people, bad. Bright lights. I have to keep my eyes down and my eyebrows down to keep the light level down, because I get so triggered by that. Combined with everything and the level of anxiety I'd had before coming in, I ended up just dropping everything on the countertop, and I bolted out of there. And I had so much adrenaline. I was almost running to get here. I tried my best just to calm down inside of here. Couldn't. That's why I went to the library to get some printing done. I can't even remember if I got any printing done, but I was race walking there. That's when I talked about yesterday, I think it was, when I was coming back. I was running at times. I had so much adrenaline on the trip. Oh, I hate anxiety. I wish I didn't have it. On the other hand, you know, they do have prescriptions for it, for benzodiazepines. And no, I've been on some medications for some things, and they have exit plans. If you're on opiates, there's an exit plan. If you're on other medications, they have exit plans. If you're on benzos, there is no exit plan possible. You are on benzos forever. So that's great. And I don't want to. I'm already 61. People that were my contemporaries are dying off right now. You know, I don't want to go sleeping my days away because I took benzos because of my anxiety. When, as I pointed out, Janelle Jacqu, who was a big part of the tabletop RPG society that helped make tabletop RPGs what they are today, and she died at age 67. Which ties back to, I've got some games up there that I have put to the side. It's like, I'd like to play them, but what are the odds? New things are coming out all the time. That game is getting further and further into the past. If I die like Janelle Jacqu did at 67, I don't have a lot of time trying to figure out games that maybe I'm never going to play. Because if you've seen what the inside of the Arkham game is, it has a ton of fiddly little pieces. And the more the fiddly little pieces, the less I'm likely to play it. Because to get it all set up takes up so much energy that I don't have any left to play. So too many fiddly pieces and I'm stuck. So Zombicide, I'm never going to play it. I mean, especially since it's when they have a whole list of Zombicide products, you know, from the past to the present, and the one that I bought from the past is like right here, and they've gone onward to do more lore, more games. The one I have is like one of the legacy things, so yay. But it's got fiddly pieces, that's got fiddly pieces. Fiddly pieces can be fine. Too many fiddly pieces. Oh, Final Girl it's right on the edge of being too many fiddly pieces. That's why I made up a mat to play it, to help rein it in, because it's just almost too much. On that note, one of the reasons this is being done so late, I started recording like 4 o'clock. It is, I can't read, it's 4:01, must have been closer to 3:50. It is 4:01 and I am still just recording now because I've been out in the rain walking and doing things a lot. One of the things, because I had to pay my rent, except the person I have to pay my rent to is off sick, so it's gonna be late, but it's not my fault. I had to get money for that, had to get quarters so I can do my wash and laundry. I'm actually doing really good right here with all of it. I mean, it feels like a dagger's been shoved in here. Hurts to the touch, but that's the nerve. But every place else, doing pretty good. Both sides. Thumbs up for that. But I did get one of the things that I got today, because I had to go back out into the rain. I bought more sleeves for cards. Now, I need to find the exact size of sleeve for small cards, because they have sleeves for the small cards, but I don't have a good ruler to measure exactly the size of my cards. And when you've got cards that fit into sleeves, if you're even too small by 1/2 millimeter, you spent $10 on 500 sleeves that aren't going to work. So I need to find out exactly the size of the smaller cards on things so that I can get those sleeved. Now, what showed up in the mail today, well, Amazon, one game, Age of Galaxy, actually more than one, but Age of Galaxy. Now this has a ton of fiddly parts. We're going to take a quick look at it. I've partially opened these up to make sure that, you know, things weren't just on fire or anything, but it's got a rule book that's pretty bloody thick. And this is a stack of cards, both placement and things that you have to tear apart for tokens. That's a lot of little cards. And then inside of here, there's bags of these and bags of these. Oh, look at all these fiddly little parts. And there's bags of these. And then you have these cards that need to be sleeved. They might be the slightly smaller size that comes in Tin Helm, in which case I need to order the smaller size. But yeah, it's finally empty. This is a lot of fiddly little parts in this tiny little box. So I want to get it together, of course, and play number 1 for the channel, and number 2 for me. I'm buying these things because I want to play them. So I'm not going to be able to play them if I don't like play them. So yeah, I want to play them for the channel, and I want to continue playing for me. One of the things I'm continuing to play to try and figure out and make it better for me is 8-Bit Dungeon. I keep breaking that one out, and while it's not my favorite, I'm trying to figure it out so that it's not on the very, very bottom. Because right now, 8-Bit Dungeon, the card one, is pretty much on the very bottom of the stack. I want to keep it here. I do play it, because especially since I'm trying to figure it out for me. I mean, it's simple to play, but it's just not feeling right. That's a me thing. So I'm trying to figure out why. Now, the other thing that showed up And this is because of C4. I at CEEPHOUR, check out his channel. I had asked, do you recommend Warp's Edge or Under Falling Skies? And I can't remember which one he suggested. And then I asked about the other, and he went and did a whole video on it. So I have got Warp's Edge. Now there's 1.5 million expansions for this one, I think. Maybe? But I've got Warp's Edge, at least the base game for it. And who knows when it'll show up, if I even ordered it. I have ADHD. I've mentioned that. I have severe ADHD. When I'm going through a day, but when I hit noon and further, from when I wake up to noon, that feels like yesterday. That's yesterday. And yesterday feels like 2 days ago. It's really hard for me to remember things. I was up in Walmart talking to the person about some of the things I needed, rechargeable batteries, and I've been more honest with myself and others. I just walked up to the person and I said, I have severe ADHD. It is hard for me to even remember what I want to buy, let alone where to find it. Can you help me? And yeah, he got me there. But more of Warp's Edge, because inside of this box we have Singularity. I guess, I don't know. Singularity. And then Rulebook. What the hell is Singularity? Singularity appears to be like a novel? Or not a... No, wait. It's got like a choose your own adventure type stuff. So I don't know. I'll have to look at all this stuff. I'm just opening it up right now so you can see. And then there's... Oh, this card is falling apart, as you can see in my hand. Not the card itself, but the card that holds the card. Okay. I think it's this. So these have card pieces and card bits, and there's a ton of fiddly little pieces for these. I need to go back and re-watch C4's videos on these. But there's a ton of these. And then... Well, there's... I get... The box might just be the rest of this. It's a weird... Okay, there's more in there. It's a weird shape and a weird feeling, and... Yeah, it's for holding your pieces. Okay. But there's 2 of these in, as stated, a weird shape. Magic. And then... Oh! It's... I guess it's one of these, like, there's bag of dungeon and stuff, so it's like, keep it in a bag, I guess? Because they also have, like, a whole bustle. This has got so much stuff in it. Oh my god, it's got another tray holder, parts holder, another tray of, you know, it's got parts and cards and a tray to hold them. So it's got like 2 trays to hold all of the parts and a lot of cards, and that's, I'm going to put that together later. Those might also be, you use them in the game. Thumbs up for that. So that's cool. I'm choking to death. That is on dryness, no less. That is cool. I'm glad that I've got those things. I'm going to have to play them for the channel. I want to do that. As well as I still need to finish my Caves and Catacombs adventure. If you've watched this far, thumbs up. Thank you so much. If you could type Caves and Catacombs in the comments to let me know, that would be awesome. But we did some adventuring with Caves and Catacombs, and I like the way it feels. I need to do a combat encounter because we've got orcs that we're going up against. So I want to do that in the channel. And then of course I need to redo Doom Realm. And now that I've got these games, I need to redo do those for the channel. I want to redo for the channel more 8-bit dungeon. With the cards and the sleeves, I can now shuffle them much, much, much better. Now, it's still not going to change the fact that one of the very first bosses, well, monster cards I pulled out the last time I played, was a boss where even with my best rolls, I could not get through the defenses. So, first time I entered the dungeon, first card, I'm back in town. And so, great. But when you're level 0, getting killed and going back to town, you're not killed, you're knocked out. You subtract your level from your max hit points, you're not doing too bad. It's when you get to level 4 and 5 and you get knocked down. Subtract 5 from your max hit points. Start with 30, now you've only got 25. And they don't come back. Yay. I've been thinking about lots and lots and lots of stuff about my various settings. I've mentioned how there's a door in Brookerton, South Carolina that you use to pass through into the Razor's Edge, and then from there you can go to the inside. Of course, every city has doors, every county has doors, every nation has several doors, every continent, every hemisphere, every planet. The planet is covered in doors. Every planet is covered in doors. There are doors that drift through open space, and each and every one of these doors enters through to its very own individual Razor's Edge onto the inside. Just like each individual Razor's Edge is individualized, also too, when you pass through to the inside, it is not actually a big island like where the Crimson Kingdom is. It is a vast, infinite ocean of possibility and potential that contains within it everyone in every stage, every possible stage of every possible point in their possible lives, and everything exactly like that. It is an infinite ocean of possibility and potential filled with intelligence, life, and love. These islands that these civilizations and people are upon, there are a literal infinite number of them on this infinite ocean, each of them slightly different. So when you pass through, you go to a different island on this ocean. Where the Crimson Kingdom is a nice island. It's pretty big, 22 million kilometers side to side. And right in the center is where the Crimson Kingdom is. And on the Razor's Edge, right in the center, is Apple Rock, where the kaiju is. But all of these doors, Brookerton, South Carolina has the biggest one because it is a big fictional city. In real life, South Carolina only has like 120,000 people in its largest city. Not 1.5 million like Brookerton, which is on the fictional Samadan River. So, thumbs up for that. It has the biggest door in South Carolina. But there's more than that in just Brookerton itself, each leading to its own individual Razor's Edge. And then if you have that genome activated and those genes working, you can use the glamours to travel through that door into the Razor's Edge and possibly to the inside. And there are people out here within the context of the story that all they have to do is follow a glamour and they can leave here. Go to the Razor's Edge, travel the 1,500 kilometers from one door to the other, and then literally pass through and vacation in another universe in the Crimson Kingdom. Because in the Crimson Kingdom, they know about the outside. They think it's great when people from the outside come in. They love it in the Crimson Kingdom. For other places, a lot of them are filled with animals that will, really, really welcome the sudden arrival of 125,000 free calories. So thumbs up for that. So I'm working on a lot of stuff and I'm doing stuff, and now that I am back and it's like 4:30, I don't have any reason to go out unless I want to buy snacks, and I don't know that I want to do that. So I'm probably good for the rest of the night to play my games and learn about them, watch videos, get this stuff going, maybe get a video done, because I've been talking with the fellow who did the Demons and Dungeoneers. I can't remember exactly the name of the game books now, but I did one of the game books, and I've been talking with the fellow. I want to find out which one exactly, how the system, which is first, which is last, and the numbering of them, so I can start from the beginning and go to the end. Thumbs up for that. That would be cool too. So, if you've watched this far and you are a patron, well, let me phrase that differently. If you watched this far, thumbs up and thank you. If you are a patron, because it's a separate clause, if you are a patron of my patronage, if you're however it goes, I don't have the words up here yet. The way my arm is feeling right now, hopefully tomorrow, that would be cool too, the list of every single Patreon patron. But until that time, when you look in the mirror, you know that you are beautiful and awesome. For everybody that has left me comments, thumbs up and thank you. I would love to answer more than I have. It's my executive function. It is this. It is a whole bunch of stuff that is making it difficult for me to do that. As soon as things settle down and I get my surgery done, I want to start doing music reactions again. The only reason I stopped for the second time was for medical reasons, and everything has been so much flux. I haven't had a chance to catch my breath. Thumbs up. So, hopefully you can get done the things that you want to get done. I've gotten a ton done, and I've got things that I just want to relax with, so that's cool. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is indeed a very, very good thing. What accent was that? I just made that one up. It's like the ting is like Irish, and then I was trying to go like Betty Betty on a fake 1980s Soviet thing. So a mixture of ancient Soviet and Irish. You take care, and I'll talk to you later.